Hey guys, I got the chance to spend some time at the abortion clinic here in Fort Worth today, the whole women's health clinic of Fort Worth. And I had never gotten to go during the week. I've always just gone on Saturdays, but God did some powerful things today. And I've been going for 2.5 months, but never even seen anyone turn away from the slaughter. And today we actually witnessed 2 women choose not to kill their child. The first, it was a woman and her friend, and then the woman's daughter. And they pulled over to the side. There's a community center right next door to the abortion clinic, and they pulled over and talked to me for a while, and after a good while of talking to them and me praying and asking that that God would change their hearts on this, they chose not to, and they actually wound up going to a pregnancy resource center here pretty close by, and going with my wife to go get a sonogram today, and so that's way cool. And then another woman came, and she said that she was going to go get birth control, and I was trying to tell her that like most pill cycles and devices and stuff, that they actually work as contraceptives, but they're also abortifacients, and that thousands and thousands of babies are killed that way. And but while I was standing there, she saw this image that I was holding of this baby was aborted around 20 weeks, and it really just affected her. And after about an hour and a half, she came back out and said, I just can't do it. And I was like, I'm glad that you can't, but what do you mean? And she said, I'm 5 weeks pregnant, and I'm not going to go through that. I can't after seeing that. And so got her information, and she has some financial needs there too. That's one thing I'm reminded of, is that if God's Spirit's not in what we're doing, that we might as well be doing something else. That God has to work through this, otherwise, man's heart won't ever recognize the truth of what we're telling them about the gospel or about the evil of abortion, and won't turn away from that. And that we need to be prayed up, we need to be studied up, we need to be in His Word, and we need to be living and walking in the Spirit. And that's not something that I'm really familiar with. But I know that I need it to be effective in this ministry. And another thing is that just because we've turned them away from the prospect of killing their child doesn't mean that it's over. There's still a lot to share with them. A lot of people claim that they know Christ, even these women today, and I'm just not really sure that you could be walking with Christ and be considering such a thing. So they really need the gospel shared with them, and not just in word, but also in deed. They also have physical needs that need to be met. And as the church, that's our job. It's not our job to point them towards the government and say, hey, here's some places where you can get help, or to point them towards this organization, but to meet that need, in real time in the field, and that's what we're supposed to do. That's where the 2 modes of abolition come from, I believe. It's from Jesus' example of meeting people's physical needs and spiritual needs. Well, we can't meet their spiritual needs, so we point them towards the cross and the Christ who can. And then as far as physical needs, we take what we have and we share it with them. And just some really powerful stuff, guys. And I hope you're encouraged by it. I sure am. And just keep pressing on.